Hey everybody. Can you guys hear us okay?
Hi. Hello, everyone. Now I can speak normally.
I hope it's working. Let's see. It says it's working, but
Says waiting for Super Mario Brothers 3 Encore. Maybe it's just like it's the sync. Yeah. Okay. Now it's working.
okay, so it is a little bit delayed. Okay, so yeah, we have to wait like 20 seconds before Okay, cool. Epic says we are live. Cool. All right. So yeah, welcome back. This is going to be I guess what episode 2, I suppose, or part 2 of the SMB3E dev stream, and I have accidentally closed the world map builder window, so let me fix that really quick. Right out the gates again with another technical flub because I'm amazing.
What's
But
up?
yeah, so we are monitoring chat on YouTube and also chat on in the stream text chat channel on the public Discord. So um, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started right away with level 2-3 by Simba. I'm Kurabake, and the man
Uh,
with the beautiful voice is Ruben. And
Hello.
are you all set?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. That
Let's
that
go.
wasn't supposed to be a Mario thing. That was stupid.
Okay. Okay. What line do you want me to say, Epic? Until I do it, people will keep asking.
Yeah, Pancake. The stream text chat is project team only. I just meant that it's on the public server, which. But yeah, you can move it if you want. That's fine.
Let's move it. Why not? So everyone can hop in. Okay, 2-3 Simba. I honestly, when I got the applications, because Simba was recruited thanks to the application form of Super Mario Brothers Thing Core, because we have each application form for each role,
Hmm.
which it's like sitting in the dash because I didn't check after we got everything.
Oh
I
yeah,
may I may check and tell people that we are full and stuff. So if they want to join the
the next
public Discord,
project.
yeah, there's also the contests we are doing.
True.
If you want to join the Discord server, I'll drop a link like right now. Let me get an unlimited one because here it is. If everyone wants to join, here it is the Discord. And well, 2-3 is a really good stage. I mean, the mechanic itself is really unique. And the
Yes.
way he laid out the components of the stage, like how you start with the typical starting mechanic where you can't possibly die
Hmm.
and stuff. The difficulty progression, I think it's on point. I don't think there's any there's no flaws in this level in terms of difficulty.
I agree. This is one of the strongest, I think, gimmicks that we have in the game. Um, we sort of had two different uh, sort of guidelines for what we consider traditional stages. One of them is having a very strong gimmick, and then the other is just sort of choosing a few stage elements and then just making a level based around those elements, kind of like. So that's the difference between New Super Mario Brothers and like the older Mario Brothers games. And this level definitely feels more like a new Super Mario Brothers game, but it also still feels super traditional, which I don't know. I'm really impressed with how Simba pulled this off. It's like the best of both worlds.
Yeah. I think that this stage is one of the most unique ones because I didn't see a mechanic like this in Mario Maker 2. I know I'm probably someone else already did it, but mm,
That's true for everything though. So
there's this is the only level that uses these things, you know. The most used thing in this project, I think, that are seesaws
I think you're right.
that we
Yeah,
are
probably.
everywhere,
Yeah.
which I don't think it's bad. I should have made like there can only be like 3 levels of one gimmick. Like if you're going to use scissors and other two are going to use scissors, it's okay, but they have to be like different worlds or something. Maybe in the next project that'll be more. We will be more strict. Like, well, those type
Maybe,
of
yeah.
things.
It worked out pretty well overall because having it's kind of an interesting. Yeah, Pancake saying seesaws or claws might be the most used. Probably. I think claws. It's interesting that claws ended up being used a lot in the airship levels and seesaws in like the sort of ground levels. I think. What was I gonna say? The it's kind of one interesting part of having so many makers on the project is that it was kind of random like what gimmicks we would get. So it's interesting because on the one hand I could see your point where maybe having the gimmicks more varied between the levels might be a strength, but on the other hand it's kind of cute, kind of interesting to see what we get when we have very few restrictions on what people can do. I don't know. That was way too long to say that stupid, very shallow point. Okay, so here we
Okay.
have bonus bomb blast, and this is by Animal Mace. Um,
If Animal Maze wants to join a little bit, let's wait a little bit because people want me to say things in Mario voice and
so in the waiting room, I see Adam B, Epic, and then I saw Duffy for a second, but he vanished. So um, we'll try to remember that as we're going through here, so we can get you in.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do Filer. An entire review in my Mario voice is not gonna happen. My voice thingies are limited to some like a phrase or something. I couldn't last saying it every time.
You were
So
doing
well,
your Waluigi in the lobby. Could you do
yeah,
that? That was like extremely good.
yeah, okay. The Waluigi voice. Let me do the Mario Bros first. Thank you for playing my game. And the one will be thank you. No. Wait. Wow. Thank you for playing my game.
You had to do the Waz to get in character.
Wow. Luigi time.
Belwas is saying,
Mario.
stop! What should we stop, Belwas? Let's see, Adam says, it would be a good idea to have the makers using similar gimmicks work together to see if the later levels can find new spins on it, keeping it fresh. That's a really good idea. Really good point. Because
I agree. I agree.
within stages, we do have really good theme evolution pretty often, but not across worlds, really. So that's a good point.
Maybe we should have limited like X gimmicks for one world and the other. So, for example, some gimmicks are more noob compatible. Like, for example, springs and donut blocks are something that I don't know. I see them more family friendly. You know what I mean?
Sure. So this level is a very gimmick heavy level, and it's a very, I would say, high concept gimmick as well.
Okay.
I was really impressed with how well he was able to pull this off in the end, because it's, I've I've used this gimmick in one of my stages, which I guess we aren't really talking about yet, but it is very difficult to figure out how to implement this into a level. But Animal Mace came through, he did a great job, and I think this is a really great tower stage. And this is also, interestingly, one of the few tower stages that isn't set in the castle theme, which I think is cool.
Yeah, since it's in the theme of the same world, I think it's safe for that.
I really love the background decorations a lot. Like, I should have pointed out earlier, but he really. Oh no, this might not be so multiplayer friendly, but that's okay. I'll just wait until you finish it.
No, there's co-op. You can just spawn where I am.
I guess that's true. Okay, fine. I'll do that.
What?
I was looking at chat.
Okay, media management. So, at the earlier days of the project, since well, Why are you trying to do that? Well, as I was saying, the media management at the beginning was just only me because I was the only one that wanted to make something like that.
Hmm.
Because the idea to have a Twitter was just I I just thought, okay, we could have some fans and like how it's called.
Oh, Ruben's
Mm,
going for the cheese.
yeah, I don't remember what's called demographic or something like that.
Uh-huh.
That we will know that they will play the project one. The
Oh, what
project
the
one.
hell? I just
The
watched you do
project
it and was like, oh,
once
good
it's
idea.
released. And well, it started a little bit rusty, but I got a lot of followers when I did a Reddit post saying, "Hey, Super Mario Brothers 3 is coming out," and follow our Twitter and stuff. We got up to 100 followers with only that post. I got pretty lucky, but almost no one was retweeting and liking our stuff, which is normal. But when we got to 100, maybe 150, we started getting always likes. Some of them were from the project team members, but I will count them anyways. And well,
Oh no, that's gonna
now
kill me, I think.
it got to a point where I wasn't able to just manage everything. So I got a really good dude called T. We started managing some stuff, especially YouTube, and he did a really good job
So
on doing it.
let me just finish up on bonus bomb blast there. The yeah, you can see Adam in chat is saying that he remembers the earliest version of the stage. It's seeing how far it's come is insane. I agree. Like the last pass that I think Animal Mace did was for decoration and stuff like that, and he really knocked it out of the park. Like it's a beautiful level in addition to being very mechanically dense. So he did a very, very good job with it. Let's see what else we got going on here. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next level, which is something. Pyramid Pass, I
Two
believe.
something.
Two
Two
something.
four. Yeah,
Two
Pyramid
four
Pass
by
of
Scopika.
Skopika. Is Skopika here? No, it isn't.
That's okay.
If you are over there and you want us to invite you to the chat, just ping us so we know you won.
No problem, Belwas. Okay, Pyramid Pass. Let's go. I've got to stop saying let's go. I've got to come up with something else because that's a Mario thing.
Pokemon Go. Let's go. 2-5. No, 2-4.
2-4. This is an interesting level because it's one of the only ones, I think this one uses Lakitu, one of the only ones that does, and I also think it doesn't have a checkpoint. So I think Scopika went for sort of a higher difficulty, but a shorter level. And that's something that I agree with in terms of you can have a hard level that's short or an easier level that's long, and they end up being similar in terms of difficulty. Um, like length in and of itself is kind of a difficult aspect of a level. So this is a more intense. We've got chumps, we've got Lakitus, we've got all kinds of stuff going on. Hammer Brothers just out in the open being jerks, and so he made it a little shorter to compensate for that, which is cool. This has like all kinds of secrets up in the sky if you can grab Lakitu's cloud.
Okay, I got it.
Nice. I wish I
I'll
could.
help you.
Oh, thank you. We're doing it. Oh. Well, that's gonna
Okay,
run
quick,
out in a second. But...
quick, quick, quick. We're
Oh,
still there. We're still there. Go, go, go. To the yeah. Stay there. Stay there.
okay. Yay!
And you
Oh.
failed.
The half a millisecond of lag is what messed me up. I promise. I'm not just bad at this game. Oh,
Yeah.
the map is still up.
Well,
I'm sorry. It's a lot to manage. Thanks, Epic. Okay, let's
map is up, not gameplay.
we'll play
Yeah,
this one
let's see.
again since I messed up on that one. Appreciate that, Epic and Pancake. Sorry about that.
Okay, just go and press start again.
Oh,
No,
okay. Start over.
don't
Gotcha.
yeah.
Thanks, guys. I wanted to try to actually watch chat this time, and I knew it was going to be just too much for my tiny little brain. So please keep letting me know if it's yeah. So what were we saying? We were saying the level is um, really difficult, but it's shorter. So in terms of aesthetics, I like that he's got these like pyramids all over the place, and I noticed that Luke came through on the world map side by placing this level in between a bunch of pyramids on the map. So I think that's really cool. We had I don't know if it was deliberate, but it seems like it was deliberate that the world map team was very actively paying attention to the contents of the levels and adjusting the world map accordingly. I think that was a really nice touch and a lot of extra work that they didn't need to do, but they did anyways. So
There's some clear how to say, there's some clear connections to the levels and the world map seen in other worlds. For example, Flutter's job was really well done because there's a specific level in, I don't know if it was World 3, I think it was World 3, where everything is lava, and in the world map it reflects that.
oh
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
there's like a lava pond over the level.
definitely.
It was a little detail that
That
it
that
was really charming.
that one in World 3, the one by Epic, I think,
Yeah,
with the volcano.
yeah, that one. And well, 2-5. The only I remember that the only things that I didn't like was that in the earlier versions, if I remember correctly, it was like you had the room, the like the door, but it was like a separate section, and it was just up all the way up with an extra room that wasn't connected at all. And I was like, I really don't like how he planned it in the beginning, but after some tweakings, um, the way he did it with just a door, so the lucky to the spawns was really clever. So you could keep just one lucky to over all the level.
Yeah, yeah. Um, let's see. So in chat we've got Adam saying that for his 4T, he noticed that they put an elder oak right by the level on the map, which is really cool. I thought that was nice too. And he said impressive work from the world map team overall. And Bella says, "Don't worry, I left my map up when I was playing a bunch of times too on my stream." So yeah, Belwas is a level reviewer who has been making video reviews and posting them on his channel. And for a while, before the game came out, they were all private, but he's actually made them public. So if you want to see some earlier versions of the levels, they have been sort of documented in Strong Belwas's video reviews. So that could be pretty interesting. Plus, he's got a lot of good commentary and insight on the levels, and you can see in real time some areas where people were getting frustrated, or you know, it goes both
Epic,
ways.
epic flashbacks.
Yeah. So I remember last stream you were saying something about that Vine section in 2.1, and that might actually be documented in one of Belwas's reviews. I'm not sure. So
Okay.
Scopika's here. Do they want to get in on the chat or no, or get in on the voice chat?
Scop Scopika said that can't they can join. They can't.
Oh, they can't.
They
Okay.
can join today.
Okay, maybe another time. If anyone can, if anybody, if we play one of your levels on here and you can't make it for the stream, but you can make it for a later one, I'm like more than happy to go back and replay the level with you on stream just to make sure that you have a chance to say something about the level. But next up we have Seesaw Desert, which is 2-5. I think it's by Juani
Juan,
Vegas, right?
yeah, Juan y Vegas.
Okay. Let's see if I can.
Okay. Okay, so about this level, the first version that I remember was, well, obviously he started making the level when there was like a little period where I decided to make like how it's called, an alpha stage, well, alpha level, or
Like a
you know
work in
what I mean.
progress, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, like only platforming and the core mechanics, and that's it. And I remember that, well, we will play once we get to that part. I'll tell you. For now, I liked how it evolved, because first, obviously, there wasn't any aesthetics at all.
Uh-huh.
If you can find like an early version of this level online, I don't know. I don't think so, because it really went through a lot of changes in a matter of a couple of weeks or three.
Mhm.
And the first version over here, there was just a complete mess. Like, there wasn't there was no cohesion, and there was a lot of of spike blocks everywhere.
I'm gonna try to find the secret area because I remember it being pretty aesthetically cool.
Yeah, and the secret area wasn't even secret in the first version. It was just in the way.
Oh.
So
Yeah, it's interesting because I actually really liked pretty much every version of this stage. Like there was a part that involved a lot of spikes, and I understand why that might have been a little bit too much for a World 2, but outside of that context, it was actually a really fun section. So it's a little disappointing that we weren't able to use it since it was just too hard for a World 2. But he definitely came through, and everything that he did with updating the level turned out really well. And yeah, this is just a great level overall. Very good platforming, and yeah, it's just great to play.
one thing I have to say is that I'm really really sorry, because at some point of the development of this level, I forgot that I had to say that in earlier worlds you have to be able to you should be able to beat the level by only walking. So he had to rearrange a lot of the level so you could just beat it without running. It was it was my fault, because I felt the betrayal and the annoyance of having to remake a little bit of the level or rearranging it so you noobs that doesn't know how to run can beat it.
Yeah. Another thing I like about this level a lot is the sort of like world cohesion, sorry, with Animal Mace's tower stage, because we've got more bombs getting blown up by various other stage elements, and I don't know, I just like that cohesion. Like I missed it because I was off screen, but Ruben just ran over a bridge that detonates as you run over it.
I'm waiting
Oh, okay,
so
I'm
people
sorry.
can see it. Okay.
Thank you.
I think that if that happened a lot more throughout the level, I think it would have been even more original. Well, it's original, but even more as what's called um something really cool.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
if it happened a lot more, it will feel more unique. That's a word, more unique in terms of the mechanics used.
Yeah. But on the other hand, then you would lose a lot of that fun platforming, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Failure Gamer is saying that 2T went through a lot of bug fixes, but the maker was awesome about fixing them all. Yeah, Animal Mace was really, really open to our thoughts, and I thought that was really great. That's one of my favorite, like, there's some people who worked on this project, some makers who were just like completely open to feedback, even as we were pulling them in multiple different directions. And I really appreciate that, and like respect it too, because it takes a degree of like patience and maturity to be able to even deal with that. I don't know if I could have done it, so I really appreciate everybody that was patient with us. Next up we have
Strong says, "Damn, Ruben, you have the S plus suit. Way to go." Yes, I have it, and I'm not going to play again multiplayer versus.
so this
I'm not
is Wiggler Oasis by Splinty. I think this is the first level we've played by Splinty. I think they have a couple.
I think it's the only one.
Oh, okay, maybe it's the only one.
Let me check real quick. Splinty. Yeah, is one of the makers that only have one level, which I totally understand. Like, one level per maker would have been better for the project in terms of work put into it, because at the start of the project a lot of people had like 2 or 3 levels in their belt.
Uh-huh.
So probably in the next project, if Nintendo decides to to add something or a new style, uh, we will probably just follow the one level per maker, so makers can just focus on that level without worrying in others. Because having to focus in 2 levels at the same time makes the level suffer.
Yeah, if we do another project, it might be better just to make it like a 4-world project instead of what we did, because a lot of the later levels just aren't getting the plays that the earlier ones did, and it's unfortunate. But on the other hand, it was nice to be able to do a full actual traditional 8-world game plus 8 worlds plus 1.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
This is a
And
really
well,
cool one up, because you'd think you could maybe get soft locked here, but you can't. And it's just a really interesting implementation of, or a combination of wigglers and on-off switches. Because the wigglers make it so you can't grab the one up until until they've mostly been killed, which is cool. So I'm trying to go through here and actually get all the secrets, because why not? It's the dev stream. I am sorry if I missed something in your level.
I'm waiting over here.
I'm somebody who cares a lot about centering rooms in Mario Maker. So this was one where I was like, hey, at first I was like, hey, maybe you could center that, and then before I actually said that to him, I was like, wait, hold on, that's actually really cool, having it off-centered like that. Originally, I think he had another room that was oriented on the left side, so it was a cool. That might still be in here, and maybe we just missed it. But I don't know if I just made sense in that sentence or not. I'm sorry.
No problem. Wait, let me. I want to get that. Here you go. Ooh. Oh, freak. Okay, so Adam says, on the other side of things, it was also impressive how the administrative team and playtesters really made an effort to understand the vision that each player had for their stages. There were a lot of people to deal with, so it would have been easy for them to just try to streamline and control everyone's style. The creativity and difference of level design philosophy shines through here, and it's because of the playtesting team allowing that. I will say reviewers, but yeah, I totally agree. See, not having that many restrictions made the players able to create something really unique. And well, that's, well, that's what I wanted to say.
Sorry, I was getting some water. Yeah,
Oh, I
I
was, I was saying okay.
yeah, I
I
definitely
forget.
no, I no 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 no. I just had my microphone on mute. I'm just sitting right here. I could hear everything you said.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, I
okay.
agree. I
Pancake
didn't have
says.
anything to add because I totally agree. Yeah.
Pancake says this was really nice to make a full game, but they definitely agree making a smaller scale project focusing harder on quality will be a better idea. So yeah, I think that just 6 level, 3 worlds, 18 levels. I know it's way smaller in scope, but it can be made even faster. For example, I would have loved to make like a project centered around clear conditions. So each level has to be short by default because there's no checkpoints.
That would be interesting. That was one idea that I can't remember if it was Belwas or Adam. Somebody had who they suggested we could add toad houses, which would be sort of like smaller levels using objectives that would like the custom objectives that would be more puzzle oriented, or just sort of like a little tiny challenge action room where you could get like 3 1-ups at the end. That would have been something that would have been cool to do, but at the point where it was suggested in the project, it was just a little bit too late. But maybe next time. So Wiztoad is
Okay.
saying that they're impressed with or blown away by the polish, how polished all the levels are. A lot of other fan-made Mario projects often suffer from the level design being quite low quality, but this game nails the level design in most levels, if you ask me. Totally. That is both a testament to the ability of our makers and also our review team. Like the combination of those people, we got such good consistent results out of this game, and it's really just a pleasure, and I'm so proud to actually be a part of this project. Like having my levels like played alongside all of these other amazing levels, it's honestly like it's an honor. Okay, it was Belwas who suggested the puzzle levels, yeah. Oh, hey,
Adam,
good idea, Triox. A project with a no jump clear condition where we can get 0 people to play it.
Mario has pain in the foot and can't jump. That's the story of the project.
Oh no, Mario, you stubbed your
After
toe.
after Mario Brothers 3 Encore, his feet is just s- pain. It's there's only pain, and he's like, I'm not going to jump anytime soon."
So this next
Well,
level is Bilkey Desert, and that is by Triox. Do you want to get on the stream, Triox? I'll give you a chance if you want to, or if you can.
okay, I will say. Adam says perhaps for worlds, one in each style, with an extra fifth world in 3D World style, or with a mix of all five. Maybe call it Super Mario Time Warp, like Crash, if that isn't taken already. There's no need to make a project of that, because there's already one project going on that it's called Super Mario Adventures, and it's basically what Adams just suggested. So if you want to take up the way of management that the host of Super Mario Adventures is doing it, I honestly disagree on how is he managing it. Like people are just giving the levels and he just places them in order. There's a lot more things going on, but in if you want to check a project that is like Adam suggested, one in each style, I recommend I really suggest you to check out Super Mario Adventures. And well, if I make another project, I will always stick in one style. I really don't like to have different styles, because the level design varies a lot throughout each style.
So Triox says that they aren't interested in jumping on the voice chat, so um, hopefully they can contribute as we're playing in the text chat. This is their level. This is another one that I think uh, is very sort of gimmick oriented. Um, it uses the claws and sort of builds on that as a concept throughout the level, and I think very effectively. Um, yeah, this is a very interesting. This level I went through some pretty major sort of like layout changes, if I recall correctly, and the end result is, I think, really really great. Oh shoot! Okay, we made it. I'll let you go first because you're Mario.
Thank you. Okay.
But how about claws in terms of additions that nobody asked for in Mario Maker 2? Like claws and seesaws, like they didn't add much, or Nintendo didn't add very many things to Mario Maker 2 for the old themes, but what they did add is like so essential. I love these little setups that Triox used here. I don't know if they're supposed to be like maybe cacti or something like that, but they're just cool little visual uh, flourishes. Is that the word? Um, that sorry. Well, that was your fault. I shouldn't apologize for that.
Yeah.
Good little visual flourishes that he uses, or that they use consistently throughout the level. You can see them all over here. It's just really cool, using the tracks as sort of a, I don't know what, like a background layer for the bumpers. I'm gonna see if I can ride the entire way on your head. Challenge mode. Oh no! We did so well!
I did it in purpose. Yeah.
Triax is saying that 2.7 is a bit short, but it's great for speedrun, perhaps.
Okay, 2 to 8, no. 2C.
2C.
2C, and it's from Epical Pro.
Oh yeah, fossil fueled. Okay, here we are. This is
I'm going
Epic's.
to move him.
Epic.
Okie dokie. We're playing now 2C, and the maker is now in the dev room. Wait, no. 2C. You will need to make that. No,
Mute.
we can't hear ourselves.
Yeah, if you could mute the stream, Epic.
I muted it.
Okay, cool. How you doing?
Doing good.
Cool. Thanks for joining us. Excited to play this level. This is a really good level. So what can you say? What can you say about 2C?
Other than the fact that it was the second level finish for the project, not much.
Okay, well, cool. I'm glad you can hang out with us, and you have a couple of levels in World 3 as well, right?
I have one in World 3 as well, yeah.
Okay, one in World 3. So Epic is actually working on their own Mario Maker 2 project as well. It's called Super Mario 2D World, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And you're currently looking for, what are you looking for with that project?
Makers, world map builders, mods.
Okay, so you're going to be using the World Map Maker process as well that we used?
Yeah.
Very cool. So this is a really interesting. This level feels like almost like a story or something. It's surprisingly long. But I love that you start outside. Like, this is a castle level that is not the castle theme. And you start outside the castle, the quote-unquote castle, and then go into a sort of larger dungeon. And then at times come back out of that dungeon. It's just really cool. And what inspired you? Where did you think of the fossil idea? Like, you'll see it coming up. It's very cool.
There was I think in one of the Mario Maker trailers, there was actually someone made the one of the sections, and I thought, making a desert castle, it'll fit.
Gotcha. So this right here, I mean, this is just iconic, and you've got the tracks for sort of like, I don't know if they're gills or if they're like maybe fossilized gills. I love it so much.
It's supposed to be the rib cage.
Oh, okay, sure.
Fossil.
Yeah, it's such a good, like, minimalist. Everything in Mario Maker is minimalist, so I really should stop using that word. But it's just a really cool idea.
In comments for the stage that people have left have been comedy gold.
Oh yeah? In what sense?
There's someone who, because at one section you have to ride under the fossil. And you gotta wait for the lava to dip back down. So there's like a comment where someone's like saying, "I take out a potato chip," and later on in that section you're like, "I eat the potato chips."
Yeah, I'm at that section right now, so maybe I should get myself a potato chip.
I waited for you to press the switch so I can just go to the next area.
Oh, Epic specifically asked us not to do that.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's a little bit of cheese. There's absolutely no problem.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll still have to go through it anyway, so. We'll definitely.
Mainly just don't do it in 4-2.
Oh, 4-2. Okay. Oh, right. It was 4-2.
Oh,
you were talking about.
Yeah. I remember why.
Yeah.
It's super broken.
So a lot of
it's not meant for multiplayer.
Any levels in general that have on-off blocks can be broken.
Definitely.
In one way or on another.
Yeah, no doubt. I had to remove them from a couple of my levels just because it wasn't going to work out for multiplayer.
For example, 3A, which uses also on-off blocks, but if one player just stays in the first screen and the other just moves along, they can just snipe all the bullet bills and cannons, making the level ultra easy.
Oh,
like a cakewalk.
in your World 3 airship, yeah.
Yeah.
Bawas is saying that this is a fun level, but the underside part is a little slow. Yeah, I could agree with that, but you also, you know, get to really
You get to eat potato chips.
Yeah, you get a chance to eat a potato chip, which is definitely, yeah, definitely appreciated. It's really on me that I don't have a bag of potato chips ready to go. Yeah.
One thing I do want to say is earlier in development, this stage had a faster lava rising.
Oh yeah.
And it rised up a little higher as well.
And why did you change it?
Because this is made way back when the one was still like monitoring a lot of the levels. He told me it made the level way too hard for World 2.
Oh, I see. Playing hot potato. This level's all about potatoes. We got potato chips, we got hot potato.
Oh yeah. I don't know what it is, but bombs for some reason in my stages are just all happen to appear.
Yeah, that's true, isn't it?
It's in so many of my stages. I don't know why.
And this, did you say this was the second project you made for the, or second level you made for the project?
No, this was the second level for the project I was ever completed.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Okay. This is like such a strong second level. The one thing I'm like most impressed by as with you is that was there anything up here? Oh, there was.
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
Okay, two things. That actually reminds me of two things. Okay, one, the speed at which you're able to put out like just amazing levels. Like I can put out a decent level, but like it takes me a couple of weeks. Like you can churn out like an incredibly good like fleshed out concept and level in like 2 days, like 1 day, 2 days, and it comes out like just amazing on like the first or second draft. So congratulations on being a genius, I suppose. And the other thing that I really love about your levels is your one-up placement. Like there are so many, you pretty much always seem to do like 3 one-ups hidden in each of your stages, and they're always in like really good locations where it doesn't cause like a Kaizo effect or anything like that. Like I don't know, like that one up right there that we just found was perfect. It was like out of the way, like you have to be pretty good with like the crouching tech to be able to get up there. So yeah, I just wanted to shower you in compliments for a second.
That one up. A lot of people find where it is, but they can never figure out how to get in there.
Well, is there anything else you'd like to add about 2C before we move on to World 3? Or to 2A?
No, not really.
Okay.
It's not too interesting, but
no, it's a very interesting stage. I think this is one of the most memorable gimmicks throughout the whole game.
Especially the miniature that you used for the level, like you can see the head.
Oh yeah, it's a great thumbnail. Yeah.
It's a really pretty thumbnail.
So Adam says, I feel like there's a fine line between detailing and over-detailing in Mario Maker, and this stage manages to be beautifully detailed without being crowded whatsoever. It's really a testament to the maker. I agree.
I agree.
And Bawa says, yeah, Epic, you crank levels out. You are mad good in the maker mode.
Controller game for creation.
Oh, me too. Same, definitely. And so Luke, one of the world map builders, and he also made a, I think, World 5 stage, says, so the ground is not sand, the ground is actually potato, so this is totally a potato-themed level.
Every sink is potatoes.
Yeah, like, if you can't see it, uninstall the game.
Actually, on the thumbnail there, the little creature's head kind of looks potato-shaped. A little bit.
Okay, you're stretching the a little bit too much.
Alright, well, thanks, Epic. Will you be able to join us later for your World 3 level?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I will be able to join.
Alright, we'll see you then.
All right.
Alright, so we are moving on to 2A.
2A, yes.
Beat
2A
the Fleet
was made by Bitphone. Beat the Fleet. The name starts a little bit weird and ends family friendly. Beat the Fleet.
I assumed that it was making reference to like, computer bits, but maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe I'm broke too.
So let me pull it up here. So this level has maybe my favorite Bowser Jr. fight that we have in the game. There are a couple other contenders that I am thinking of at the moment, but this might be my favorite Bowser Jr. fight in the project.
Let's get it going.
Let's
I honestly,
start the
sorry,
level.
I really don't talk much. You talk like the 80%, which is nice.
Oh, sorry. I actually.
No, don't say sorry.
Okay.
Don't say it, please. It's just that you are more talkative. Is that a word that exists?
I know what you're trying to say. Yeah, it might be a word that exists. I don't know, but the
Thanks for the measurement.
Mario, you gotta let your skinnier brother have some mushrooms too sometimes.
No, Luigi has to be number 2 in diet.
So this level originally used the faster screen scroll, which I thought was very bold, because I don't know if there are any decent levels in Mario Maker that aren't like, 20-second speedrun levels or whatever, that use any faster scroll speed effectively. And I thought he did a good job. I thought they did a good job with that speed, but people were saying that it was still a bit too hard for World 2, and I guess I could see that. Like, maybe if it was a World 7 or something, the faster screen scroll would make sense, but in any case, the finished level here is really good, and I love, like, Scoobaroo's 1A, the multiple paths, and just there's so much to take in this level. And I also love, I guess I'm just a sucker for levels that start you off in a theme that isn't necessarily what you would expect. So starting beneath the airship and then coming up into the airship was very cool. Very cool idea.
Split paths, boy.
Yeah, you were talking about how you think every airship level should have split paths, and it's like, well, yeah, wish granted.
Yeah, the next project has to have always split.
Like,
well,
look at
no,
this,
not always,
look at this airship here. We'll see this. We'll see a similar thing in I think it's 2.5 or 2.3. One of Link's levels, and I love when people build little ships in Mario Maker.
It's very cute.
Yeah, makes for a really good thumbnail and just looks really cool as well. The decoration in this level is also really on point, I feel.
Yeah, there's no it's not like spammy with decorations. It just are placed in the best places possible. Like, for example, this looks like a little bit of a little interior over here.
Let me make sure we grab that one up, because that is like the best one up in the world. Like, I just feel like that should totally be a one up, and it was. Like, the first time I played this level, I was like, that better be a one up, and then it was like, I got you.
Yeah, this level doesn't disappoint.
It really doesn't. So this is it. This is like the best Bowser Jr. fight.
Yeah, the entrance is like, hey, I'm here now.
The entrance is like the best like wrestling intro. Like, it's so over the top. I love it. And
maybe I'm wrong, but probably. Oh, did it?
No, because he comes back when he's got wings.
Oh,
that's why this is like the best boss setup. Like, how cool is that?
I think if I'm not wrong, maybe I'm wrong. The maker was just making the level normally, and when it gave wings and did this amazing intro to the boss, it was I will do that, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. Like this, I feel that the entrance is accidental instead of made in purpose, but I can be wrong.
Maybe, but it works out. I love it so much,
yeah. And especially the end. When you beat the boss, the little like bridge with some vines. It's really aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, I agree. Um, So the other thing, if you're watching this Bitphone, I do want to say thank you for actually coming through and putting a fire flower on the left side there. I just think that that's like the coolest little secret that you could have in a boss chamber, just a fire flower hidden off camera to the side. I also wanted to say that I remember the earlier versions of the stage. The boss fight had like a bunch of rocky wrenches. So we had a winged Bowser Jr., we had moving platforms, we had rocky wrenches, and we had an angry sun. And so I'm obsessed. I'm like really good at Mario, in my opinion. Like I've played way too much Mario in my life. I'm practically obsessed. So for me, that boss was like a dream come true. It was so much fun. It was like some bullet hell kind of like Bowser Jr. fight. But like everybody else on the planet was like, okay, could you maybe take that back like and tone it down like 2 or 3 steps? And it was like, yeah, like once they toned it down, it was definitely more World 2 friendly. But I just wanted to let you know, Bitphone, the original, if you're watching this, the original version of the boss fight was awesome, but what you ended up with is great too. So anyway, that's World 2. Do you have any closing thoughts on World 2, Ruben?
The first world made in World Map Builder, and I think no, the first world that was complete was World 3. I I thought for all the time like World 2 is going to be the closest one finishing it, being finished,
Hmm.
and World 3 was like no, and well,
There you go, Luke.
I really
There's
like.
your pop filter from Ruben if you wanted to hear your mic pop. I'm sure he was waiting
I
for that.
really, I really like World 2. I
Hmm.
think because especially for example, this world was the first documented world in a way because Blue Television Games, the first video of Mario Brothers 3 Encore was in World 2.
Hmm.
And if you want to see how different was World 2 by then, I really suggest to go to Blood Television's games after, well, just finished World 2. So you guys go to his channel and see the World 2 video. It shows how it changed the World 2. And it's really curious to see how did it take, you know,
Yeah,
being finished. And well, let's go to World 3.
this is for Luke.
Show on stream.
I hope you guys can see it. I'm not sure if it'll work. There you go, Luke. Are you happy?
Probably he will be happy in 20 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. So let me finish up with the comments here. We've got let's see, people talk about how they hate their voice on stream. Y'all ain't have nothing on me. I have the most hateable voice. Never mind, I'm not even gonna talk about that. So Pancake said, in the old version, Bowser Jr. didn't have wings. Okay, so it was one step beneath completely criminally insane, but still good.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna move on from Scorching Sandlands to Sunken Sanctuary. One thing that we didn't mention is that when you do finish a world, um, it does open up custom challenges for that world. So you can click on the start tile, and it'll give you a list of all the different bonus challenges. And some of those are very interesting. The the sort of goal was to make it so that you would maybe play the game with a different set of lenses, maybe like a different perspective, and challenge the level in a different way. Some of them are just sort of finding the 3 big coins and stuff like that. But I think it's all interesting. It's all I've done a bunch of them and they're all really fun. So I would recommend giving those a
Yeah, I
shot.
think that custom challenges gives another reason to revisit some levels
Hmm.
because because some challenges are really original. For example, let me check World 2's stand the for example the World 2 for custom challenge when it tells you that you have to be standing on all the change posts. It's absurd, but it's fun to mess around with.
Yeah. Um, yeah. People, we don't have custom challenges for every stage yet, but we're still looking at hopefully getting some for every level. So the next one is by me.
Who will it be? I don't remember.
How dare you? This was the first level that I finished for the project. I don't have too much to say about it. People say that it's good for speed running, or Ruben said that on the last chat, and he was asking me like, how do you, or I don't know how you do it. And the answer is hours and hours of setup. Like, the speed strats are not accidental. I'm very particular about those, so it takes a lot of work, and I'm just glad that people notice and appreciate that.
Yeah, especially when the level was on hot a lot more than the other levels.
Yeah.
Your 1, 4, and 3 one, I think that they are still around in the hot section of the popular
Maybe. I think
levels.
last time I saw they got knocked down to the second page, and a lot of the world 3 and 4 stages are finally up on hot.
Yeah, because
So interestingly,
well, what do you have to say?
one interesting thing about this stage is I remember when I was in a chat with you and the original creator of this game, I was asking you if you guys would be okay with me making a World 3 stage that wasn't actually in the water theme. Used water but wasn't actually in the water theme as sort of like an introduction to the stage. And I remember I posted like a clip from this level, and like the next comment was like, "Oh, can you do the final stage in the game?" I was like, what? Like immediately, you guys were like trying to give me more stages. I was like, "Aw."
The I was the one that said that, or it was the other one?
Both of you.
Oh
Just
shit!
like,
I forgot.
yeah, it was kind of funny.
Well, but look at how it ended the 9 final. It's a really good stage. Like, if you have played through the ALG campaign, you can see the bits and pieces of every level. Well, not every level, because some wa- some didn't. I can't find the
No, it's
word I
okay.
want to say.
I'm working on a second version of that level still that actually references every single level in the game. Not every single level, but if a maker has like 2 or 3 stages represented, then I'll cap it at that. But I want to have every single maker at least show up in the game at some point, or show up in that level. So yeah, there's not much to say about this level. The only thing that I'm, I guess, a little bit proud of in this level is using the background decorations. Like, this scratches some kind of weird particular itch with me, where the fire flower appears over the background decoration. I don't know, but that's like the thing that I like about this level.
There's also the fact that this how are those things called? The blue things. I don't remember the name.
On-off blocks or dotted line blocks. I don't know.
No. I mean what you try to accomplish in terms of aesthetics.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what the architectural term for that would be.
Let's call them pointy bridges.
Pointy bridges. Yeah, I was just sort of like legs, I suppose, or like bridge legs. I don't know. There's definitely a college term for it.
Oh. It wasn't.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It was
Yeah.
it was an accident. Believe me. Well, I about 3-1. I also think that this level is. Oh, damn it! It's the best one in terms of using these scissors, because besides the what's called
Scaffolding.
I'm
Yeah, scaffolding.
yeah, besides that, and
Adam was
the
saying that
scaffolding
the
and the scissors that were used, I
uh-huh.
I honestly believe that this is one of the best levels in World 3,
Oh,
and
thank you.
the best
Appreciate that.
level in using the scissors.
I appreciate that.
Well, that's what I wanted to say about 3-1. Like, I really like the half. I think you can beat the level without touching the water at any single time, or I might be mistaken.
No, you can. That's the that is the custom challenge for that level. Um,
Here
it
you go.
it involves a secret path. let's see. So we got 3-2 coming up, which is by Scopica, I think. Motion Ocean.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Are you Banjo?
Oh. Yeah.
Whoa!
Oh,
Oh my God!
Oh shit. Oh, okay. I'm now Banjo for some reason. Yeah.
I guess that makes me Kazooie. That's the life though, just getting carried around in a backpack. It's the life until Banjo like takes you out to attack enemies.
Yeah, you're just chilling in the backpack and suddenly Banjo's like, yeah, I'll gets your ass kicked.
I don't know,
Oh no.
Kazooie kind of deserves it though.
Poor bird. Because we did nothing wrong in 2020. Well, and let's talk about Ocean. So, the gimmick of this level is that there's motion.
Yes.
And you can just get across the level easily by just holding a trampoline.
Uh-huh.
I liked how he used the trampolines because Paulos can be broken, used, and so you can never get them back. So using trampolines as a way to travel through the level is a really nice touch.
Yes. Yeah, it was a good move. Because trampolines don't really have any specific purpose in this level, whereas like a P-switch or a POW block or something like that would. And when I've sort of used that idea in the past, I always ended up using like a Koopa shell or a Buzzy Beetle shell, and Scopica is right. Trampoline's the way to go. What I'm really amazed with in Mario 3 Encore is the quality of our water levels. Like, I don't like water levels in Mario Maker because really the only, I guess I'm gonna get on my soapbox for a second, but the only Mario game that really has like water levels that only take place underwater is Mario 1. And even that has like at least a little bit of sky above the water, so you can at least see outside. So I mean, I don't understand what they were thinking with the water theme in Mario Maker, but so I normally stay away from all these levels. Like if I want to make a water level, I'll use the forest theme or whatever. But like, yeah, like everybody who worked on this project, their water levels are so good.
Yeah, I can say that World 3 doesn't suck in any way.
Yeah,
all
somehow.
All the levels are really fun to play, and since some of them use the motion, the holding items, because when you hold items you can just go faster and control things faster. Where's the frog suit, Nintendo?
Oh, for real? Oh my god. But yeah, like I can see probably I think a lot of streamers when they're streaming this game like stop at World 3, and it's kind of like they probably suspect that it's going to be a horrible nightmare stage, and they're like, you know what, I need to make sure I get like 8 to 12 hours of sleep before playing this world. But it's not that bad. It's like actually a lot of fun.
Okay, so I keep repeating entering the pipe by error.
So Luke says that, fun fact about the World 3 map, my original vision for it was much more vertical, like the new Super Mario Bros. Wii Water World. Luke is one of the, like I was saying, world map builders. And WizToad says the only water levels that they can stand are the water levels at night where you can barely see anything. That's weird, really. Those are like the most challenging ones for me.
And stressful because, I mean, if you do it right, a night theme underwater stage can be really good. And there's one in World 3 specifically at night theme. No, I don't know if it was World 3 or World 9. I think it was Lights Out Lagoon.
Yeah.
But I don't remember if
I think
it
that's
was
in World 3.
Lights.
Actually, I'm doubting it too.
No, it isn't. It's World 9.
Okay, I think there's... Oh, Shadowy Abyss is another one that uses the night theme in World 3 by Jesse. So here we're coming up on boiling up. So let's try to get Epic back on the chat if we can.
No. Boiling up time.
Hey,
I'm
Epic.
back.
Hey, welcome. Just give me 1 second here. I'm gonna pull it up here.
So this is the volcano stage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can see it on the thumbnail. Yeah, so this level, very thematically strong once again, and again we'll see that you use the tracks to sort of do some designs. Very cool. So where did you think of something like this?
Honestly, it just kind of came out of nowhere to me.
Oh yeah.
The best ideas come out of nowhere for me.
I love this cheap family up here.
If you are like just doing something and suddenly you have like a super idea that just came through like I don't know, a bullet.
Yeah.
I always try to keep.
There's a hidden one up in the top left corner of the stage, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. It would be nice if you were able to hold the partner on the water.
Oh yeah, for
so
sure.
You can both.
Oh, nice.
So as I was saying, if you're doing something and you suddenly have an idea that just is like, oh yeah, I have to do this. Usually you will win.
Yeah.
I thought it was also a cool idea because there wasn't anyone using the Night Castle theme at the time.
Oh, okay.
I also say it because I remember in it's not college and it's not university, it's like a middle ground.
Yeah, high school or
no
junior college.
The naming of the studies and things in each.
Yeah, I know.
In each country is super difficult to pinpoint. Like, okay, middle school is this, high school is this.
Yeah, absolutely.
About this level, I really like a lot the fact that you were able to make like a little volcano with the lava bubbles that shoot all of them in the same time. It's a really nice thing on that goes along with the level.
Yeah. So do you enjoy making water levels, or did it just work out that you ended up making a bunch of them for this game?
I like making water levels, but I don't make them too often.
Okay.
I think in my own little adventure that I have been working on during the development of this project, I've made like 4.
Oh yeah. How many stages have you made total? Like, is that like a significant percentage of your stages?
In my own adventure, I'm almost done with World 8 at this moment.
Oh, and how many? Oh shoot! Darn, I forgot that this stage isn't really multiplayer compatible. I'll kill myself and spawn by you so we can see it. And how many levels do you have per world in that?
I think right now there's up to World 8. I think there's like 49 stages in total.
Oh wow! So you're pretty what's the word? Prolific when it comes to Mario Maker.
Yeah, it's definitely not my favorite game on the Switch.
No way, not at all.
No.
Not for any of us.
You don't have like 600 hours.
That is true.
So can you talk about your design in this section here?
The fish with the fireballs behind them is just so you can't jump. Much. But I wanted to make it feel like you've accidentally entered a volcano and it's about to erupt.
Yeah, I think that comes across really well. My favorite part we'll be seeing in a second, and I do want to ask you directly whether or not it was deliberate. the design that you made with the tracks? Because I know I mentioned it in the review, but I don't think I ever got a concrete yes or no if it was deliberate.
No, that was actually done by complete accident.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's accidentally my favorite part, but it's, I don't know, it's really cool. I mean, this whole level is really cool. I really like all of your water levels.
I remember in development, Ruben said that my one in World 7 was the best water level.
Oh, that is a really good one. That's the one with the custom scroll?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the more unique ones, besides the volcano one and the motion ocean.
I
Because
think it's also Strong Bell's worst nightmare.
absolutely, especially the part where there's only jellyfish,
Jellyfish everywhere.
strong snipers. Like he's just going to sleep, and before he closes his eyes, remembers
Did
a
you
sea full of jellyfish.
did you ever play Ninja Turtles on the Nintendo Epic?
No, I didn't, but I know a lot about it.
Okay, like that
I
section
know about the
in Gelectro and in your World 7 stage is really reminds me of the water stage from Ninja Turtles. It's like electricity everywhere. But we'll talk about it when we get there. One thing I like about
I
the
have a lot to
stage.
say about that stage as well.
Oh, what'd you say? I didn't hear you. I was talking like a jerk.
I have a lot to say about the 7.5.
Okay,
Well,
cool.
I'll say it there.
So here's my favorite thing. It's this this little squid octopus thing here, which apparently was an accident. But I just like, maybe thematically, I'm not sure why there's an octopus hanging out in a volcano. So it makes sense that that wasn't what you were intending. But I just love the way it looks. So, and I just missed the volcano explode because I died because I was obsessing over the squid or octopus. So sorry about that.
You can play it again.
Let's kill ourselves and just go through that second part again, so that we don't have to do the whole level again. Or can I? What if I retry from the midpoint? I wonder.
Yeah, I think you can.
I wonder if it would reset the lava level.
Yeah, I would reset the lava because there's no one in that section.
Okay, cool. So what is? Can somebody check the Discord and see what Adam's comment is while I'm playing this, so I don't die again?
Okay. Adam says, "See, that's funny. I go through phases with Mario Maker. I have been playing it more recently since the project's been published, but prior to that, I will only picked it up once or twice since my levels got finalized. I think I have like 65 hours with it or something.
Really?
Yeah, 65 only. Like wow.
Oh my god. Did you play Mario Maker
And I think
1,
Nutty's
Adam?
just posted a ping emote somewhere in there as well.
A ping. Oh, one of those little vapor rocks things.
Yeah.
Then Failer says, what are the two of us going to do now after the project is done? And Failer also says that they love 7.3 as well.
What you're gonna do is you're gonna join my collab.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still so like, there's still a lot of stuff with this project that some loose ends we have to tie up. So I'm not going to commit myself to anything yet, but I would like to do another, at least contribute 1 or 2 levels to some other collaborations. It's a good, for anybody who's interested in joining a collaboration for levels, for submitting levels to a collaboration. It's a very good experience because it gives you direction with your stages. You feel like you're making your stages for something instead of just for yourself. And it also, you'll end up getting pointed in a certain direction. Like, okay, well, we need you to make an underground level, for example, in New Super Mario Brothers theme, or whatever, and maybe you never would have made a level like that yourself. So it sort of is an interesting challenge to, do something you might not have done yourself. And yeah, I would definitely seek a collaborative thing out there. A bunch of them out there. If you just look on Reddit, I've seen a couple of posts that like compile them. This right here, the Piranha Plant setup that Epic used, this is like a recurring theme in their water levels, these lines of piranhas, and it's one of my favorite things that Epic does.
Alongside, obviously, my Slowpoke.
Oh yes, yes, yes. I do feel like slopes were pretty much like made for Epic. Like their use of slopes is just, it feels so organic and it makes everything just really a joy to play. Like you can see like there are slopes everywhere, and slopes aren't particularly easy to use with their Mario Maker implementation, so definitely huge props for that.
Along with what Kuro was saying was making things you would never expect to be making. Like when they announced the Night Castle theme in that one direct, I was like, oh, I'm never gonna use that. Here I am.
And oh boy, you were wrong.
Yeah. So yeah, there's the volcano. I love it so much. I also love that, I think this is just sort of inadvertent as well, but the two little angled or curvy tracks there kind of look like little like angry eyes, you know, like it's angry, like it's exploding. I know you pretty much had to do that just to have it arc outwards, but it reminds me of, I think there's some Mario thing where the volcano has little angry eyes on it, and that's what it reminds me of. But
DK Mountain from Mario Kart Double Dash.
that's it. Oh my god, yeah. I'm not crazy. Okay, yeah, like that's what it reminds me of, and it's just a cool. It's not a reference, but it's just another accidental thing that worked out really well on that level. So, is there anything else you want to tell us about this level before we move on?
This level is fun to work on, and it was very interesting. I think it's my most popular water stage I have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it deserves it. It's very thematically strong, which I think is pretty consistent throughout all of your levels, and yeah, definitely. And again, this is the level that we were talking about earlier, that whoever made this map, I can't remember who made this map. We should check that really quick.
Flutterbuck.
Flutterbuck came through with the lava around the level 3 icon on the map. Just a very nice touch. That I don't think
I saw the map for the first time. It was so cool to see the lava there.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody asked them to do that. They just kind of did it, and it was like so cool. So, all right, well, Epic has like 47 levels in this project because they're so fast and good with making them, so reliable. And
Ruben just kept giving me levels.
And so I guess we'll be seeing you. What's your next level? Is it in World 5?
It's 4-2.
Oh, 4-2, that's right.
The
oh,
infamous
right.
4-2.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll be seeing you shortly then, and yeah, thanks for joining us.
Yeah. See you soon.
All right.
Yeah.
So next up, are you good to keep going?
Yeah, we can keep going a little bit. Okay. I think 1 or 2 levels more, and
Sounds
I'll
good.
have to stop.
Oh, okay. So next up we have the tower level. It's by Carlos, Flooded Fortress. So incidentally, Epic was saying that there weren't any other levels that used the Castle Knight theme, but it happened to work out that Carlos made the very next level Castle Knight theme. But they are substantially different levels, which is cool. And either way, it does add some variety to the theming of this world. Because if it was all just strict water levels, I think it would be kind of a little much. But so WizToad says slopes are the most powerful assets in Mario Maker 2 without a doubt, and Swid said it's almost like a selling point. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they started the trailer with the slopes, so literally they knew that if you place slopes, hey, we have slopes, everyone will be like just like exactly. And what about this level? This level, I think, is one of the longest tower levels in the project.
Yes.
Because if you keep dying a lot, it starts to get a little bit what's called annoying to go through. But it's a really nice level. It's just that it requires a little bit more patience than the other levels.
Yeah. Even with the checkpoint, like I almost feel like there could have been 2 checkpoints if it were possible, but it isn't. But
2 checkpoints per area would be nice.
Yeah, like I know they could have done like a little sub area with a checkpoint in it, but whatever. Belwa says that it would be cool to be able to combine multiple night theme effects, and yeah, that's like my dream, like to be able to have like just a little like options menu, like a theme options menu. Okay, I have other dreams in life, but okay, my dream as far as Mario Maker 2 is concerned is a little theme checkbox or like a gear or something where you can select whether or not you want the music, whether or not you want the star background, or just the effects or some combination of the effects. That would be my dream for this game.
Yeah, you should be able to customize the aspect of the level. Like, instead of just saying, okay, I'm gonna do night theme on ground, but oh crap, the one-ups turn into evil one-ups and
Yeah.
stuff. Or when you are underwater and maybe you want it to be like inverse because you are a sadist.
Yeah.
And you want to make an inverse water level. It should be not stuck in its style or theme. It should be open for anyone to experience. Like, you want to make I don't know, a ghost
Oh, shoot.
house, but well, the ghost house by default is with like under the underwater world.
Uh-huh.
In the
Yeah. Low visibility. Yeah.
Mario Maker needs just more customization in terms of how do you present a level. Like,
Yeah.
I would like to have the tiles of the ground world, but the backgrounds of the of the castle, and the music of, I don't know, maybe a music maker, not just a level that has music in it, but a custom made, I don't know, music or something that you can then later add to the damn it, to the level. Like, you can have the aspect of making a level and making music for the levels, so you can just make your own music and place it in your level. And since maybe all the music will have the same amount of instruments, the level can just do it in real time, so you don't have to download anything.
Yeah, that sounds insane, like they would never do that, but if you consider that this game is very heavily inspired by Mario Paint, I could totally see that happening, especially when you consider that, like, music levels are so popular in this game. I have to wonder why they don't just make it like an official thing. I mean, you know, it's so laborious to create a music level in Mario Maker. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff with this where I'm like, why don't you, if you're so serious about having this in your game, why don't you build a dedicated interface for it or something? But yeah, in general, like, it's not even like the restrictions on the themes. I know this is like well trodden ground. Like, we are not revolutionaries in terms of critiquing Mario Maker 2's limitations, but they're not even consistent to the actual games, question mark. Like, if you play Mario World, like, they have underground themes with lava. If you play the Lost Levels, Mario Brothers 2 for super players, they have ground themes with like extreme winds. It's not like a desert thing. So it's like, there are a lot of limitations where it's like, I wish they would err more on the side of flexibility a lot.
For example, Music Maker and Tile Maker will be the best updates Mario Maker could have. Like, being able to make your own tiles, like your own style or style theme, will be enormous. Because, for example, traditional levels could have another, well, any type of level could have like their own unique flair. Because if you're going to waste time into making ground tiles, question mark tiles, I don't know, sprites, you could make just sprites and assign a faction. Like, this sprite acts like a ground tile, this sprite acts like a spring tile, and something like that. It will give so much more creative freedom in terms of aesthetics in the levels.
Yeah, one point that you
Yeah, tell me.
one point that you've brought up before is that this was sort of supposed to be Nintendo's response to the ROM hacking community and sort of trying to, you know, serve that market. And it's like, in that case, you should err on the side of openness instead of Because there's, I mean, what you're describing right now in terms of objects behaving differently than you would expect, that's, that's a ROM hack thing. So it's like, if there's a bunch of stuff that you can do in ROM hacks that you can't do in Mario Maker, I feel like that's kind of a strange decision on Nintendo's part.
Yeah.
So let's see. So Epic says the internal name of Mario Maker 2 was actually Slope. So that's interesting. So I guess they were really aware of the issues there. WizToad says a Mario Maker game with features like WarioWare Do It Yourself would be amazing. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
No disagreement there. Um, Adam B says the problem with allowing that kind of customization is that it would make the barrier for entry a stage higher. It's the same reason a Zelda Maker probably won't happen. In order to make it worthwhile, the player needs a lot of tools, and that means that lower skilled creators would be too confused. I think that's a good point, and it's well taken, but on the other hand, there's a lot of stuff in this game that it's almost like it's more confusing that they don't just lay it out more clearly. Like, I would imagine a kid who is playing the game for the first time and turns on the night theme, designs a whole level, and then tests it and realizes, where'd the lights go? Or, oh, it's upside down now, what the hell? I think that's actually a bit more frustrating, but probably a middle ground between what Ruben and I are suggesting and what they have right now would be good. Like I said, my dream is just to have a little theme customization option where it's like, just a few different options, maybe 8 different options, and it's not so crazy. Epic says sounds like Ruben would like Little Big Planet 2. Yes, it's so
If
strange. Oh, did you leave the
yeah, I was going to say, but you kept talking, so I had to wait
Oh,
until you
I'm sorry.
finish.
You're gonna leave?
Yeah, I'm probably going to leave now because I'm going to eat really soon, and
Okay.
I feel really tired right now.
Okay. All right.
But also Little Big Planet 2. If there was a port to the Switch, I would totally buy a Little Big Planet. I would do it.
Yeah, Media
I,
Molecule. What are you doing?
yeah, go, damn it. You have or Little Big Planet 3. Go make a new sequel with even more customization options. I would love to make something in that engine. You can
Yeah.
even make like movies and such. This is really really crazy.
Yeah, it's always super bizarre that like Nintendo's products tend to be less advanced than their competitors. Like Little Big Planet is like so much more in depth, like dramatically than Mario Maker. Like if you look at the PSP or the PS Vita versus the Nintendo DS or the 3DS, like Sony's platforms were so much more um like advanced. Yet
Yeah.
Nintendo keeps trouncing them. It's very strange how that works out. Swid says that Little Big Planet is amazing. Um, and Luke says, why would that kid say, what the hell? Good point. The kid would say, what the heck? And then Media Molecule signed a contract with Sony. Yeah, that was the joke. That was the joke. Failer was asking, what would we think about the new Super Mario Brothers DS blue shell being
I
an
love it.
option? Yeah, same. And then they say it's like the penguin suit, but more fun. Um, and
I
then
hope that Mario Maker, the update that it's coming, gives a lot of variety and that stuff because I'm getting a little bit bored. I am also a little burned out because I have so many levels unfinished that I don't want to make them. I think I'm getting to a point that Mario Maker is starting to get a little bit boring
oh no.
after. Yeah, even to me, I have 525 hours counting in
Okay.
Mario Maker.
Well, that might explain it.
Yeah, a new style. It will be a world maker or playlist, something Nintendo,
Yeah, yeah,
please.
yeah.
And well, Scubaru says if you are going to do it solo, if you want to do it, Kuro, I don't mind honestly.
I've
If
already
you
kind
want,
of done that for the reviews. So, I mean, what's the next stage? If the next stage has a maker in the chat who can join us, then sure, but otherwise I'll just wait for Ruben. Oh, it's Mike, and
okay,
I don't see him here, so
no, okay,
um, yeah, we'll just call it for now, and we'll do another one another day,
yeah.
and you guys can get back to
One
watching your football or whatever.
one thing is that we have to say it and then wait like 20 seconds because the other time we just closed it and they didn't even get to that part where we said goodbye.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I will definitely.
see
Um,
you, see you. Thanks, Kuro,
yeah,
for staying in this. Oh, it's called. I damn it. This direct. Well, Nintendo Direct. No.
yeah. This is the Super Mario Brothers 3 Encore Direct, you guys. Yeah.
No.
But yeah, thanks for streaming with me. I'm gonna answer the last couple of questions before I go, but I will talk to you later. We'll try to give a little bit more advance notice for the streams next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
See ya.
see you guys later. Bye
Bye.
and bye, Kuro.
See ya.
Get to it now.
So a couple more things that I think I saw in here. Just want to make sure I don't miss anything. Yeah, the blue shell slash penguin suit. Yeah, I really do wish that they would add more, like Ruben was saying, more power-ups and items to the game. I know they said they're going to add more power-ups, but I don't think it would be difficult to implement because they already have the Super Ball as an exclusive item for like an exclusive variant of the Fire Flower for the Mario Brothers 1 theme. So they already have the tech or the back end for it where it's like if an item isn't available in a theme and you switch between themes, it'll change to its default form. So if you have a Super Ball down on the map and you switch from Mario 1 to like Mario 3, it just becomes a Fire Flower. So they can just extend that to other theme exclusive power ups. Like um, you could just put like all the suits, all the Mario 3 suits. You could put those with the leaf, for example. So if you switch to a different theme, it just becomes a leaf. It seems incredibly obvious, and I really hope they do it because between the blue shell and the penguin suit and the ice flower and the raccoon suit and like it's so bizarre that there's even a new Super Mario Brothers U theme without the not raccoon suit. What is it? Flying squirrel suit. It's just such a bizarre thing. So I'm gonna hang out here. Oh, I'm gonna hang out here for a few more minutes just to make sure I don't miss anybody's comments. And so Ruben just pinged me on Discord. Says Dillies says, I do feel like we should be able to make these world maps in game so we can click on the world and it tells us and it takes us to the page instantly. I agree. Um, it wouldn't surprise me if the last little theme that we haven't seen yet is actually a world map builder because it seems like such an obvious thing. But even if that's not the case, I would still really like to have that, or just a playlist editor. Like if you're working on a game, it sucks because you like if you're working on a full game like Epic was doing, like you can't alter the order of your uploads. That seems like a really easy thing to fix. I don't know why they don't seem to care about that. Um, oh yeah, Delise was also saying that the being able to ride in the shells in the 3D world theme would be amazing. Totally. I also think the one thing that I really wish that they would have included from the 3D World theme would have been the when you ground pound, how it would show you like surrounding hidden blocks. Like when they announced 3D World, I was the 3D World theme in Mario Maker 2, I was 100% sure that they were going to do that because it would prevent like bad level design a lot if it would just flash the hidden blocks on screen when you ground pound. And they really could have retconned that into New Super Mario Brothers U as well, I think that would have been great. Uh, they've made so many questionable decisions. It seems because it seems like they were really focusing on the 3D World theme for Mario Maker 2, which makes it even more strange that they didn't include that. But yeah, sorry. uh, looks like I'm not getting any more comments. So thank you guys very much for joining us on stream again. And like I said, we'll try to actually let you guys know in advance when we're gonna play again, and specifically when your levels are going to be streamed, so you can plan on joining us. But this is all kind of impromptu, last minute, and I've never streamed before, so excuses and excuses. Okay, I will see you guys in chat, and take care.